Speaker, I noticed that still our PM seat is still empty, and I think it's still busy in his foreign trips. Here we are going to start our parliament sessions, but he's still roaming out of this country. When will he join? And I'm asking this government, what about one who's roaming around these international trips, but he's not serious about this country problem.
माननीय 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 अध्यक्ष महोदय, आप इसमें बहुत खुशी हुई। ये बताइए कि मैं गैर से और देशों में जाते हैं तो अपने देश में नहीं जाते हैं। अध्यक्ष महोदय, अगर हम अपने पार्लियामेंट को फॉरेन कंट्री शिफ्ट करेंगे तो शायद पीएम अपने पार्लियामेंट को रेगुलरली आते हैं। Speaker, I mean, take behalf. I have never lived in serving. I was never late. I am never late, and I've been never late.
Madam Speaker, and what about the people suffering in this country?
The opposition says I was on tours. Yes, I'm sure I was on tours, but those tours were not for myself. They are for the country, and I feel no guilty to say that I am on my tours. I do not just travel. I bring back investments, partnerships, and opportunities for India. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, they are working for performing in front of cameras. And what about the ground reality? The country needs governance and democracy, not for photo opportunities.
Who's cameras? But when India image improves globally, you seem to have a problem. Your issue is not development. Your issue is about the credits.
Madam Speaker, our beloved PM is talking about credits and everything. To talk about credit, the country is struggling. Inflation is rising, unemployment is rising, and you all are increasing our speechless.
Honorable and regular and what do we say? Every opportunity for the politicians only about problems and issues. They are not. They, they feel like they are able to exaggerate only about the problem solution. I don't want expert knowledge. Then where are the solutions, Your Honorable Speaker? I want the ruling party to answer that. Policy and the results. The difference is simple. We work for the nation while you work for the headlines. Honorable Prime Minister, please do not talk about the headlines. Your politics survives on the headlines. Leadership may not always arrive on time, but stability never exists without leadership, Madam Speaker. The nation does not need noise, it needs direction, and that direction is what we are.
It's not an answer.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं सदन के माध्यम से हमारे समस्त देशवासियों और इन सदन के वासियों को ये बात बहुत क्लियर करना चाहता हूँ कि हमारे देश ने हमेशा आतंकवाद, नक्सलवाद और सहमन अपराध के खिलाफ कड़ी से कड़ी कार्रवाई की और हम हमेशा इन चैलेंजेस को आगे लेकर जाते हैं और हम इन सभी चुनौतियों से लड़ने का एकदम कठोर निर्णय लेते हैं।
अध्यक्ष महोदय, ये कहते हैं कि कठोर निर्णय लिए गए हैं, लेकिन फिर भी अपराध बढ़ रहे हैं। ये सिर्फ बोलने की बात है, ग्राउंड रियलिटी क्या है? माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं बात को बहुत क्लियर कर दूं कि विपक्ष से सीरियस टॉपिक्स को दया करके फिलहाल है इसमें विपक्ष इसके बहुत पुरानी चाल है कि ऐसे सेंसिटिव टॉपिक्स को पॉलिटिक्स में टॉपिक बनाते हैं।
कह रहे हैं कि हम पॉलिटिक्स यूज कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हम आम जनता एज एन ऑपोजिशन हम आम जनता की बातों को आपके कान तक पहुंचा रहे हैं। आप सिर्फ पीआर और मीडिया में जी रहे हैं। अभी बात कीजिए इसके ऊपर आप। अध्यक्ष महोदय, हमारी सरकार ने हमेशा सीमा सुरक्षा पर बंद किया है, तो हमने डिफेंस मिनिस्टर की भी काफी सारा फंड एलोकेट किया है, और ये लोग बताते हैं कि लोग सिर्फ बातें करते हैं। अगर सीमा के सिक्योरिटी टाइट किए हैं आप लोग, तो फिर ये पहलगाम अटैक कहाँ से हुआ? क्या पॉइंट था इसमें? आम जनता मारी गई है। अध्यक्ष महोदय, इस देश में चुनौतियां नहीं होती अध्यक्ष महोदय, और आप मुझे बताइए, जो देश में चुनौतियां होती है और हम चुनौतियों से लड़ते हैं, जो देश चुनौतियों से नहीं लड़ता है वही देश इन्होंने चलाया था 70। ये लोग हमारे 70 साल के रूलिंग के ऊपर अपराध फैला रहे हैं, लेकिन ये लोग अपना मानना नहीं चाहते कि ये लोग असफल हो चुके हैं सिक्योरिटी में। इसके बारे में क्या सोचेगा? अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं आपको बहुत कठोर शब्दों में बताना चाहता हूँ कि ये सरकार ना कभी झूठी है और ना कभी नहीं करेंगे। अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं आपको एक बात बताना चाहता हूँ। आप साउथ की मूवी तो मालूम होगी आपको सुषमा। ये लोग डायलॉग मार रहे हैं, ये लोग फेक भी नहीं है, लेकिन मूवी देख के आए रहे। अगर हम आज साउथ की सिनेमा देखकर आए थे, तो आज हम इस द्रौपदी के नाम होते। तो अध्यक्ष, आप विपक्ष को बताइए कि ये कृपया करके फैक्ट्स देकर बात करें, ना कि मूवीज। सब कुछ सुनिश्चित करता है। Mr. Speaker, I rise to address this House on the issue of rising inflation, which has deeply affected our citizens. Today, the entire world is facing the consequences of the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. The surge in global prices has led to inflationary prices across nations, and India is no exception. However, I want to firmly state that this government is actively taking steps to manage and control this situation. Honorable Speaker, this is just an excuse. The government has failed to control inflation. Mr. Speaker, the opposition must understand that this is not just a national issue, it is global crisis. When international oil prices rise, it impacts economies worldwide. But what about the common people? Prices of food, fuel, everything has gone. Honorable Speaker, the government is fully aware of the burden on citizens. We have taken multiple steps, price monitoring, strengthening supply chains, and providing relief measures where necessary. Ground reality is different. People are suffering. Citizens need relief, not reasons. Honorable Speaker, the government is not about shouting, it is about delivering solutions. We are taking strict action against black marketing, ensuring essential commodities remain available. Why are fuel prices not reduced? The government must take responsibility instead of giving reasons. Honorable Speaker, fuel prices are linked to global markets. Despite this, we are using strategic reserves and policy measures to stabilize prices as much as possible. The rupee is weakening, making imports more expensive. Honorable Speaker, currency fluctuations are common during wars. Our economic fundamentals remain strong, and institutions are actively managing the solution. Unemployment is rising along with inflation. This is a double crisis. Honorable Speaker, we are investing heavily in infrastructure, manufacturing, and startups to generate employment and boost economic growth. Supply chains are disrupted, causing price rise. Honorable Speaker, we have diversified supply chains and strengthened domestic production to reduce dependency and ensure stability. Honorable Speaker, let me say this clearly. The government does not run away from crises, it confronts them head on. Be driven by India's strength and resilience. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, respected members and respected judges. I rise to address that even with the ongoing Iran conflict and has restricted global comfort, and we can proudly state that India has shown strategic stability without any direct involvement. India has chosen to stay neutral, not because of weakness, but because of wisdom and protected national interests. Thank you. If India is a rising power, why did not it take a stronger global role? Is this new India watching from the sidelines while our economy, oil security are at risk?
Honorable Speaker, be strong is not about being loud. Be strong is to be effective. India has secured its trade routes, its supplies, and its citizens. Maintaining stability in the economy is what results strength globally.
But prices increased and people are suffering a lot. Is this really stability? For the government, it may be stability. For the people, it is a survival. Every household and common people are suffering every single day. Is this government what called real stability?
Of course, in a global conflict, challenges are expected. What matters the most, India did not collapse. We adapted to the problems, reduced the possibility of risk, and remained stable.
In times of war, for a nation to stay strong, it doesn't have to be the loudest, but it has to maintain stability in all of its affairs. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, while the government speaks of stability, global trades remain under the threat due to the war. Why was the government not fully prepared to protect India's interests? Honorable Speaker, I can assure you that India is fully prepared. Our Navy forces are strengthened enough to securely import our oil supplies and energy supplies to our country. But Indian ships are still at risk. Can you truly guarantee their safety? Our Navy forces need support, not your outrage. Behind every ships are lives, families, and responsibility. This is not a small risk.
Honorable Speaker, action outrage is the audacity, the opposition to question the things, is the to question the way things have been done. When the country's interests were at risk, we were the ones who made sure the citizens of India were protected. The opposition just stood in the sidelines, fear mongering the people.
The ruling party is trying to provoke the emotions. No one notices the gap in their action. But we are not here for drama. We are here for your accountability. India ensures that it will protect its trade, its economy, and its global interests. Thank you. Pause చేద్దామా ప్లీజ్ మాది కంటిన్యూ చేద్దాం ఉచితం Honorable Speaker, the ruling party handled Operation Sindoor in this manner, delayed response, limited transparency, and unclear communication. If this is their track record, how can we trust them on national security? National security is not a PR event. It is an accountability, not the applause. The ruling party always wants the appreciation. We are here not to clap for them. We are here to question. Honorable Speaker, it's easy for the opposition to point finger. तो सिर्फ बातें करनी आती है और जब काम करने की बारी आई तब इनकी रूह कांपती है। चालू हुआ था तो हमने स्टैंड लिया, हमने सिटीजन्स को प्रोटेक्शन ऑफर करी और हमने डैमेज कंट्रोल किया। आई आई डोंट डिनाई कि डिले नहीं हुआ but we delayed that response to take proper strategic measures and ensure the safety of all students. But citizens face uncertainty. क्रेडिट्स लेने की बारी आई तो रूलिंग पार्टी पहले आती है और परफॉर्मेंस में पीछे रह जाती है और ये रूलिंग पार्टी बोल रही है देश को फिल्मों की नई जिम्मेदारी की जरूरत है।
Honorable Speaker, protecting citizens was given our highest priority. Under extreme pressure, India ensured minimum casualties by implementing large-scale safety and coordination. Delivered on our promise, and we cannot argue with it. Acting early without strategy, like the opposition thinks, crafted to capture.
Then why did not India take stronger action? Was this hesitation, or were you too busy in managing your image instead of managing the crisis? This delay costs the people. Who will take the responsibility of them? India must lead with the principles, not with the ambiguity.
Honorable Speaker, the opposition cannot be talking about managing it. They were the ones who in social media stands for the public image. And misleads patients. Infrastructure Qatar, the temptations, best was allowed.
जब हमने रियलिटी बोली तो इन्हें हमारे पर्सनल लाइफ में दखल अंदाज होना पड़ा। सरकार का काम ग्राउंड पे कम और स्पीचेस में ज्यादा दिख रहा है। इन्होंने वादे इतने किए हैं कि इनको अभी अलग से मिनिस्ट्री खोलनी पड़ेगी शायद प्रोमिसेस निभाने के लिए। अगर ओपोजिशन अपनी खुद के वादे पूरी करती तो रूलिंग पार्टी हमारी नहीं होती। अब हम के लिए नहीं, बेस्ट रिजल्ट्स के लिए करते हैं। इंडिया इसलिए नेगोशिएट कर रहा है क्योंकि ये सिचुएशन ओवर एस्केलेट ना हो तो सिटीजन्स को पूरी सेफ्टी मिले। अगर हम अपोजिशन की तरह मान कर डिसाइसिव एक्शन ले तो हम इनकी तरह ना कामयाब रहे।
Honorable Speaker, Operation Sindhu does not reflect failure, but the nation's stability under pressure.
India's strength does not lie in just power but also in critical thinking, which the opposition clearly lacks. Strategizing and in maintaining stability is what we do best. It would be better if the opposition to look at facts rather than focusing on the gaps. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to present the current status of India's taxation system, the GST and tax policy. India's GST system has shown strong growth. GST collections crossed 22 lakh crore in financial year 2024 to 2025. Today's monthly GST collection is around 1.7 to 1.8 lakh. Direct tax collections have also crossed 22 lakh crore rupees. This clearly shows that tax compliance has also increased and the tax base has expanded. The economy is becoming more formalized. On the tax policy, we have maintained a progressive tax system. Corporate tax was reduced to 22% boost industry. Simplified tax system introduced individual. Our purpose is growth, transparency, and ease of compliance. ये सिर्फ revenue growth नहीं है, इस system की strength का proof. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, I would like to question the Finance Minister. If the GST is so successful, then why are there multiple tax slabs 0%, 5%, 12%, 28% causing confusion? Why is the tax to GDP still around 11 to 12%, which is low when compared to global standards? Small businesses and MFCs are still complaining about the GST filing and compliance burdens. सिर्फ नंबर दिखाकर सच नहीं छुपाया जा
Speaker, I would like to GST tax is to ensure essential goods are taxed and less and luxury goods more. It is designed for social balance. Tax to GDP ratio is improving gradually as more people enter the formal economy. For MSMEs, composition scheme is available. Exemption limits have also been increased. Filing systems are being simplified continuously. Now, I would like to question the ex-finance minister that during your tenure, India had multiple indirect taxes and no unified system. But did your government do not implement a system like GST earlier to simplify taxation? बोलना आसान है, गवर्नेंस मुश्किल है.
I would like to answer. GST implementation requires consensus of state and strong infrastructure. It takes time. Our government has laid such foundation for such reforms. Now my question to you is why the petrol and diesel still outside the GST? People are facing high fuel prices. Taxes on fuel are major burden. Why is the government not included the fuel under the GST? देश को सिर्फ strong economy नहीं fair economy चाहिए. देश को लूटा नहीं चाहते थे और इन्होंने इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स लगा के लग्जरी टैक्स लगा के इन्होंने सारे बेकार टैक्स लगा के लूटा था फिर लूटा क्या
आपका ट्रांसपेरेंसी Honorable Speaker, fuel pricing also depends on multiple global factors. For example, due to global conflicts like Russia and Ukraine war, crude oil prices increased significantly. The impacts of fuel prices worldwide, not just in India. Also, fuel taxes are a major source of revenue both for central and also states. Immediate inclusion under GST may also is stability. Now my question to the ex-finance minister is, during your tenure, when global oil prices were lower, why were fuel taxes still not reduced significantly for public benefits? आप लोगों ने सिस्टम बनाया था या प्रेशर कुकर?
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं इसका आंसर देना चाहूंगी। फ्यूल प्राइसिंग उस टाइम की फ्यूल प्रायोरिटीज पर डिपेंडेंट करती थी। अब मैं कुछ करंट कंसर्न्स राइज करना चाहूंगी। आज भी मिडिल क्लास पर मल्टीपल बर्डन्स है, जैसे कि इनकम टैक्स, जीएसटी और फ्यूल कॉस्ट। रिफॉर्म रिफॉर्म बड़ा है, लेकिन रिफॉर्म एम्प्लॉयमेंट और अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट भी अभी भी कंसर्न है। टैक्स इंक्रीज हुआ है, लेकिन ग्राउंड लेवल पर अभी भी मिडिल क्लास भी डूइंग ऑफ बिजनेस स्मॉल ट्रेड के लिए चैलेंजिंग है। अब मैं रूलिंग पार्टी से पूछना चाहूंगी, गवर्नमेंट कौन सा कंसर्न स्टेप ले रही है मिडिल क्लास का बर्डन रिड्यूस करने के लिए और रियल ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस इम्प्रूव करने के लिए। पॉलिसीज बनाना काफी नहीं होता, उसका इम्पैक्ट जनता तक पहुंचाना भी जरूरी होता है। लेके बताया। Thus, in increasing the revenue, there are still key concerns. GST needs more further yet. Fuel prices continue to burden that requires more relief. A focus authority on the collection, the fairness and guidance of the further
Honorable Speaker, India's taxation system has undergone major transformation. GST has unified the indirect tax structure. Tax compliance has also been improved. Digital systems have increased transparency. We acknowledge challenges, but reforms are ongoing. Our aim is clear: a transparent, efficient, and growth-oriented tax system. We are committed to building a strong and inclusive economy for the nation. Reform painful होता है, लेकिन powerful भी होता है.
The Garib Admi can't afford LPG. The middle class is silently suffering, and corporates are profiting. You import cheap crude oil, yet prices for citizens still remain high. ये पैसा कहाँ जा रहा है? Answer. Loot of the people. Anti-poor government. Madam Speaker, the future of 144 Indians is at stake because of our politics, not our politics. Cities are essential for public welfare, not just a difficult task to sustain. When we ran the country, we on increasing food, not just headlines. You negotiate globally without considering the impact on public sentiment.
And Honorable Speaker, let me present the facts, not the fictions for the opposition. India did not just import the oils. We refined and re-exported the petroleum products. We strengthened foreign exchange reserves. रुपी स्टेबिलिटी करा है हम लोग, ट्रेड बैलेंस भी करा, और इंडिया पोजीशन ग्लोबल रिफाइनिंग हब बना है अभी. ये क्राइसिस मैनेजमेंट नहीं है, ये इकोनॉमिक वेलफेयर है. While others struggle, India has emerged stronger. So good, then why are we still struggling?